Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Smart English podcast. I'm Sophie, and we're really happy you're spending some time with us today. Whether you're listening at home, commuting, or taking a short break, thank you for being here with us.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. This podcast is all about helping you improve your English through natural conversations and everyday topics. We focus on real language that people actually use.
Exactly, and today's episode is going to feel very relatable. We're talking about something that everyone thinks about, even if they don't realize it.
That's right, today's topic is fashion. Not runway fashion or expensive brands, but real-life fashion and personal style.
We'll talk about how people dress in different countries, how weather affects clothing, and how social media changes fashion choices.
And as always, we'll explain useful words and phrases later in the episode, so stay with us until the end.
So get comfortable, relax, and let's begin today's conversation.
Before we jump in, Sophie, let me ask you something simple. Do you enjoy choosing clothes, or does it feel like a daily chore for you?
That's a good question. I actually enjoy it on some days, but on busy mornings, I just want something easy and comfortable.
That makes sense, and I think many people feel the same way. Fashion can be fun, but it can also feel tiring when life is busy. That's why people have very different relationships with clothing.
Yes, and that's what makes fashion such an interesting topic. Some people see it as self-expression, while others see it as something practical. Both views are completely normal.
I agree, and fashion often reflects lifestyle more than personality alone. A student, an office worker, and a traveler will dress very differently because their daily needs are different.
That's true, and it's important for learners to understand that fashion isn't one fixed idea. What looks fashionable in one place might look unusual somewhere else.
Exactly, and this is where culture plays a huge role. Clothing often reflects history, traditions, and even social values in different countries.
When you travel or watch international content, you can really see these differences. In some countries, people dress very formally, even for daily activities. In others, casual clothing is completely acceptable almost everywhere.
Yes, and sometimes those differences can surprise people. Someone might think another person is overdressed or underdressed, but it's really just cultural difference.
Exactly, and traditional clothing is another important part of this conversation. Many cultures still wear traditional outfits during festivals, weddings, or important events.
That's a great point, and those outfits often carry deep meaning. They can represent family, region, or even social status. Fashion becomes a form of communication.
And interestingly, younger generations often mix traditional clothing with modern styles. They might wear traditional patterns with modern cuts or accessories.
I like that combination because it shows respect for the past without feeling stuck in it. Fashion doesn't disappear, it evolves.
Beyond culture, personal preference matters a lot. Some people love bold colors and patterns, while others prefer neutral tones and simple designs. There's no correct choice here.
That's true, and I think people sometimes feel pressure to follow trends even when they don't feel comfortable. Fashion should support confidence, not reduce it.
I completely agree with that. When someone feels uncomfortable in their clothes, it affects how they move and speak. Comfort really matters.
And comfort doesn't mean boring. You can be comfortable and stylish at the same time. It just takes understanding what works for you.
Exactly, and that understanding often comes with time. People usually experiment when they are younger and become more confident in their style as they grow older.
I think we need to talk about influencers now, because fashion today is strongly connected to social media. People don't just look at magazines anymore. They scroll through apps and watch videos every day. That constant exposure really shapes what people think looks good.
Yes, and what's interesting is how fast trends spread now. A style can start in one country and become popular worldwide within weeks. That didn't happen so quickly in the past.
That's true, and influencers often make fashion feel more personal. They show outfits in daily life, not just professional photos. That makes people think, I could wear that too.
Exactly, and I think that relatability is the key. People trust influencers who feel real, not perfect. When someone shows simple outfits and explains why they like them, it feels more honest.
At the same time, there's a downside. Some people feel pressure to constantly buy new clothes just to follow trends. That can be stressful and expensive.
I completely agree, and that pressure can affect confidence. Instead of enjoying fashion, people start comparing themselves to others. That comparison often takes the fun out of dressing well.
Yes, and for English learners, this topic is useful because people talk about influencers all the time. You hear phrases like, "I saw this online," or "this trend is everywhere."
That's a good point, and fashion conversations often start with social media now. Someone might say, "I saw this outfit on Instagram," and suddenly everyone is talking about it.
Another interesting angle is how different generations view fashion. Younger people often experiment more, while older people may prefer consistency. That difference sometimes creates misunderstandings.
Yes, and older generations sometimes think younger fashion is strange or impractical. On the other hand, younger people might think older styles are boring or outdated.
Exactly, but neither side is wrong. Fashion reflects life stage, responsibilities, and social environment. A teenager and a working parent live very different daily lives.
That's very true, and clothing choices often reflect priorities. Comfort, professionalism, and practicality become more important over time.
I also think confidence plays a role. When people are younger, they might dress to be noticed. As they grow older, they dress to feel comfortable and confident.
Yes, and that shift is natural. Fashion becomes less about approval and more about identity. That's actually a very healthy change.
Now let's talk about weather, because it has a huge impact on fashion choices. You simply cannot dress the same way in every climate. Weather forces creativity in a different way.
Absolutely, and some people genuinely enjoy certain seasons because of fashion. For example, many people love autumn because they can wear layers, jackets, and scarves.
That's a great example, and layering allows people to show style in a subtle way. You can mix colors, textures, and accessories without being uncomfortable.
On the other hand, summer fashion is very different. In hot weather, people focus more on light fabrics and breathable clothes. Comfort becomes the top priority.
Yes, and in very cold places, fashion often revolves around coats and boots. People invest in a few strong pieces instead of many small items.
That's true, and weather also affects color choices. Bright colors often appear in summer, while darker tones are common in winter. These patterns appear across many cultures.
Exactly, and this is a great conversation topic for learners. Asking about favorite seasons often leads naturally into fashion discussions.
Another aspect of fashion that people don't always think about is emotion. Clothes can affect mood more than we realize. Wearing something you like can change how you feel during the day.
That's very true, and I've experienced that myself. When I wear clothes that fit well and feel comfortable, I feel more confident in social situations.
Yes, and certain outfits are connected to memories. People remember what they wore during important moments, like interviews, celebrations, or trips.
Exactly. Clothing becomes part of personal history. That's why people sometimes keep old clothes even if they don't wear them anymore.
And that emotional connection explains why fashion isn't just about appearance. It's also about how we feel inside and how we want to present ourselves.
That's a very important point, especially for learners. Fashion vocabulary often overlaps with emotional language, which makes conversations richer. I think there's always a balance between practical fashion and expressive fashion. Some people need clothes for work or safety, while others focus more on creativity.
Yes, and sometimes people switch between the two. Someone might dress very professionally during the week and very creatively on weekends.
That's true, and that flexibility shows how fashion adapts to context. Clothes change based on time, place, and purpose.
Exactly, and that's a useful idea for English learners. When talking about fashion, context matters a lot.
Fashion is not just what you wear. but why you wear it. That reason often tells a bigger story than the clothes themselves.
Before we end today's episode, we're moving into one of the most valuable parts of our podcast. This is where we slow things down and focus on useful vocabulary connected to today's topic. If you enjoyed the conversation, this section will help you understand it more deeply.
Yes, exactly. And this is the part where listening really turns into learning. These words and phrases are common in real conversations about fashion, lifestyle, and personal style. You don't need to memorize them all at once. Just listen carefully and notice how they're used.
Let's start with the phrase fashion sense. Fashion sense means someone's natural or developed ability to choose clothes that look good together and suit their personality. It's not about wearing expensive clothes, but about making good choices. People usually use this phrase when talking about someone's overall style, especially when they admire how a person dresses. It's often used in compliments or observations. For example, you might say, "She has great fashion sense and always looks confident in her outfits." Or you could say, "I don't follow trends closely, but I'm slowly developing my own fashion sense."
Another very common word is trendy. Trendy describes something that is popular at the moment, especially for a short period of time. Trends change quickly, so something trendy today may not be trendy next year. We usually use this word when talking about current styles, especially those influenced by social media or celebrities. Sometimes it's positive, and sometimes it's neutral. For example, oversized jackets are very trendy right now. Or, I like some trendy clothes, but I don't want to change my style every season.
Let's move to a very useful phrase, timeless style. Timeless style refers to clothing that never really goes out of fashion. These clothes look good no matter the year or trend. People often use this phrase when talking about classic outfits or long-term fashion choices. It's common in discussions about quality and simplicity. For example, a black blazer is part of a timeless style. Or, she prefers timeless style over fast fashion trends.
Another important phrase we used is dress for the occasion. This means choosing clothes that are appropriate for a specific event, place, or situation. This phrase is often used when giving advice or explaining social expectations. It helps avoid feeling uncomfortable or out of place. For example, you should dress for the occasion when attending a formal event. Or, he dressed too casually and didn't really dress for the occasion.
A phrase closely connected to fashion is express yourself. This means showing your personality, mood, or identity through what you wear. People often use this phrase when talking about creative fashion or personal freedom. It's common in discussions about individuality. For example, fashion is one way to express yourself without speaking. Or, she uses bold colors to express herself through clothing.
Another very modern phrase is influenced by social media. This describes how people's choices change because of what they see online. We often use this phrase when discussing trends, influencers, and online culture. It explains why styles spread so quickly. For example, many fashion trends today are influenced by social media. Or, I didn't like that style before, but I was influenced by social media.
Let's move on to practical and comfortable. This phrase describes clothing that is useful, easy to wear, and suitable for daily life. People use this phrase when talking about everyday fashion, especially workwear or travel clothes. It's often contrasted with stylish but uncomfortable outfits. For example, I choose practical and comfortable clothes for long days at work. Or, her travel outfits are always practical and comfortable.
Another useful word is layering. Layering means wearing multiple pieces of clothing on top of each other, usually for warmth or style. This word is very common in discussions about autumn or winter fashion. It also relates to creativity and styling. For example, layering helps you stay warm and look stylish in cold weather. Or, I enjoy layering because I can mix different textures and colors.
Let's talk about personal style. Personal style means the unique way a person chooses clothes based on taste, lifestyle, and personality. People use this phrase when discussing identity and confidence. It's about consistency, not trends. For example, it took years for him to find his personal style. Or, your personal style doesn't need to follow fashion rules.
Another interesting phrase is fashion statement. A fashion statement is an outfit or item that is bold and designed to attract attention or express a strong idea. This phrase is often used when talking about celebrities or unusual outfits. It can be positive or neutral. For example, her bright red coat is a fashion statement. Or, some people use clothing to make a fashion statement.
Another useful phrase is seasonal fashion. This refers to clothing styles designed for specific times of the year, like summer or winter. People use this phrase when talking about weather, shopping habits, or wardrobe changes. For example, seasonal fashion changes based on climate and culture. Or, I update my wardrobe with seasonal fashion pieces.
Let's finish with a powerful phrase, dress with confidence. This means wearing clothes in a way that makes you feel comfortable and self-assured. People often use this phrase as encouragement. It's less about appearance and more about attitude. For example, no matter what you wear, dress with confidence. Or, confidence can make simple clothes look amazing.
That brings us to the end of today's episode, and we really hope you enjoyed this conversation about fashion. We talked about culture, weather, influencers, and personal expression, all through everyday English. Fashion is such a great topic because everyone has an opinion and a story to share.
Yes, and if you're learning English, this topic is perfect for practice. You can talk about what you wear, why you wear it, and how it makes you feel. Those conversations happen naturally in real life.
Now we'd love to hear from you. Who is your favorite fashion influencer, or what kind of fashion style do you enjoy the most? Is it casual, classic, trendy, or something completely unique?
You can also tell us which season you enjoy dressing for the most and why. Do you love winter layers or summer comfort? Share your thoughts in the comments.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the Smart English podcast. We release episodes like this to help you improve your English through real conversations.
And don't forget to check out our other videos and episodes. Each one is designed to help you build confidence and speak English more naturally.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and enjoy expressing yourself.
We'll see you in the next episode of the Smart English podcast.
Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like.
Yes, and if you want to practice English like this every day, subscribe to our channel. We help you practice and improve English faster.
Yes, let's improve our English together. We will see you in the next video. Bye!